I don't want to have cesarean in the end. Like, this is what so many of my patients have told me, that they are willing to go through normal labor provided it promises that there will be no cesarean section. And I would always like to tell all of you that that's what we want too. That's really what we want. We want you to have normal delivery because that's the best outcome. Unfortunately, things go wrong sometimes, and there's a reason why we need to do cesarean sections. But there is never a doctor who can ever promise you that they cannot guarantee that there will be a normal delivery, because it's just something which is not in our control. If your baby decides to give up and starts like decelerating halfway or at the last minute, or just refuses to move, sometimes they should be looking like this while they're coming down, but sometimes they're looking like this. And when they're looking like this, the only option that we have is we give more contractions and hoping that the head turns like this and the baby comes. But sometimes their hand is like this, their hands are like this, they are doing something of that weird things. They refuse to come down. And when that happens, we can wait, but after some time, they start getting tired. They're really trying to come out. You are trying to let them come out. I mean, I'm not talking about you pushing them. You don't need to push the whole time. But they just refuse to come. And at that point, we might have to do a cesarean section. Now, even at that point, we really don't want to do it because it's very high risk to do a cesarean section at full dilatation. Trust me, we don't want to do it. But at that minute, that's the only option available. So there are many thoughts around it. And that's where every doctor will have a different opinion. I'm talking about very senior doctors who would be like, hey, I don't want to do all this nonsense. I don't want to do that last minute cesarean section. I would rather do a cesarean section for you earlier. And then there are those doctors who are like, hey, this is your one time when you can try for a normal delivery. And unless and until you don't give a full chance till the end, you will never know, and you will never get this opportunity ever in your life. You know, once you have a cesarean section, it's always the risk of having cesareans is more. So we have to really give you full trial. Understanding that the risk of having cesarean at last minute is very high. Now, doctors are capable of handling those risky situations. So either they will be bold enough and say, hey, we're not going to put you through all of that. We're going to do a cesarean earlier, and then there goes your dream of having a normal delivery. Or the last minute, some of you might not go through labor, get stuck at full dilatation and need a cesarean section. And when that happens, your dream is gone, but at least you gave a full chance of trying to have a normal labor. And we supported you in that. Now, there is a very high risk of complications like bleeding, trauma, all of that in second stage. But we are capable of handling it. And we need you to have that faith that it's going to be fine. Like, even if complications happen, you and your baby is going to be fine. So it's all comes down to this balance. So if you are someone who really wants to have a normal delivery, go to a doctor who will really give that chance for you. And if you are someone who's scared that I don't want to wait till the end and then you do a cesarean for me, go to a doctor who will do a cesarean earlier for you. And you have 9 months to find this person who will do exactly what you want. You have 9 months. Of course, if you're stuck in a country where you don't have an option, like suppose in UK and all, then you don't have an option to choose these things. Then you just are like, whatever happens is for the best. But then if you're in a country where you have that option available, what is stopping you from finding that person? Come to the call and get kosher around it.